Hello, everybody. It is 10:58. 1 minute. And then it's Mega Million Mania. Yeah. Facebook's gone already. 1 minute into it. Too bad. I told you to go to YouTube. Yeah. I told you to go to YouTube. All right. We're here. And I've typed in all this stuff so I can watch the Mega Million draw out of the New York State, of all places. Oh boy. And I'm wondering how you see the live. I think I'm where I'm supposed to be. You can see it's been black over here, but I don't see any lottery. It's 11 o'clock. Where is it? Ah, crap. Yeah. I don't want to see previous. I want to see the live one. And it should be on right now. What that is. Oh well. I tried. Oh, screw you. Today, you dummy. Mega Millions. Oh, well. Look at all these concocted things. Do it. Well, so much for live. Jeez. Yeah, same podcast. I'm subscribed. I'm this, I'm that. Yeah, I got the whole story. I guess you just got to turn on the TV. I have a TV. All right. So let's show the video 8 minutes late. All right, let's get the lights up a little, just a tiny bit. There we go. Hello, everybody. It's 11:04 p.m. In 5 minutes, we'll be able to know what the numbers are. Let's see if I can find them here. All right. We're what is known as in left field. So we'll pick it up about 10 after 11. Be able to see the past, the past lottery drawing. Anytime. Let me show you. Not that. Yeah, we're gonna go right here. We don't need that. We'll go right here to this spreadsheet. Whew, look at all those numbers. Gives you a headache. So this, the only one that counts is the line that's in red. Yep. The others are just what I'm going to do is erase these. Boop. There we go. I've deleted them. It's just too confusing to have all those numbers. I don't mind having 000 in there. Whoops, that's not real either. There we go. So that's the last draw. Well, we'll include that one. And then the red line is this draw. So let's do a print screen of that. Because I don't want to louse up the spreadsheet. If you can believe. I've loused them up in the past, so I know what it's like to louse them up. There we go. So now we got a nice little skinny. There we go. And now I even did something worse. I created this. This is a proposed distribution of yeah. This number here is the after-tax 72 million. There we go. And 20 million. I got it marked up into little pieces. It adds up to 100%. I got our 4 children, each get $5 million. Oh, yeah, I got it all figured out. All I got to do is win. $292 million to one shot, right? It's like the chances of winning are slim and none. I got 7 relatives for $7 million, 5 charities for $5 million and $9,000. It all adds up to the proper number. And yep. Equals that number right there, yeah. And that is a number, it's not a percent. So we have to go to format. We go to number. And there's no, yeah, we'll just leave it like that. And so, you know, we should, and we should circulate. We should, while we're waiting for Library Central to give us some live data. We're coming back to sell, and we're going to sell border is going to be oh geez, what have I done? Yeah, we're doing that right there. Come on. Cell border. We're going to be doing left, right, bottom. And it's going to be left, right, bottom. And come back good to here. Did I get it? Not exactly. Gotta do it again. Cell border. Oops, 5 point. Left and right. And that should do it. I have it. That equals this one minus this one. Okay. Come on, can't you do a simple equals this one minus this one. Here comes $0. That's what we want. This, by the way, is dollars. Format, currency. Yeah, dollars. There we go. Stupid. Waiting for the lottery numbers. I'm looking for these. Trying to get started. Yeah. Let's go there. There it is. This is Tuesday. It's January 20th. There's the numbers. Yeah, I got live chat my ass. Saved photos. All right. Here's the numbers, folks. Recently saved. Bingo. All right, so in case you're one of the few people left on the... Oh, gosh. Of course, they got me on the wrong side. Oh, God. Swap cameras. There we go. I like to be on the right up middle. Yeah, there's the middle. I'm just a little right up middle. Okay. So here are the numbers. And I gotta bring this over a little bit so you can see them all. Yeah. They just, you don't see the balls bouncing around. There will be a telecast for that. Copy. All right, let's go to my what do you call it, and see if I can see what happens if I put the real numbers in here. That's what I thought. All right, we'll just we'll undo that. Instead of good luck, we're going to delete that, and we're going to type in the numbers. 847 50, 56, 70, and the Powerball, we put it in brackets, is 12. All right, that's real now. Now, what we don't know is if anybody, is there a winner? Does it roll over? We got the real numbers on there. Now we're waiting to see if there's, that's real. My cat's meowing, as you probably heard. Good luck, everyone. Yeah, I'll say. Good luck, everybody. There's more, say, what more could there be? Mega Millions drawing results. Likes. All right, I'll give you a like. I'm one of the 4 people on here. I like to see live. Yep, that's what FAU says. I'd like to see that. Yeah. Well. So now we just have to wonder if there's a rollover. There's a 200, 22, 33, 42. Yeah, there's a It's a 292 to a million that it's going to roll over. And if it roll over, is it 275? Yeah. Is there a winner? And where was the winner? Hey Siri. All right, what was that? Not available. No, they don't even have the numbers up. Maybe I have to close this down and start over. Let's try that. 847, 50, 56. All right, well now they got the numbers since I said that. But we don't know if there's a grand prize winner yet. Probably have to wait till tomorrow or something. All right, let's just pause on that. There we go. Tuck that baby away. Mega Millions, you disappoint me. 3 days ago. Go through all this stuff. 13 minutes ago. Now you.
Across America with mega jackpots, it's Mega Millions.
Good evening, I'm Carol Black. It's Tuesday, January 20th.
There's the ball, ladies.
Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated
I know, why don't you show me?
$50 million.
This,
Now, the winning jackpot, all you have to do
there
is
we
match
go.
all 5 white
The balls are moving.
plus the gold mega ball, so get out your tickets. Good luck. The first number is 8. That's followed by 47. Then we have 50.
50.
Up next is 56.
56.
And our final white ball is 70.
70.
And our gold mega ball
And
is
Powerball
12. Your
is,
winning numbers again are 8,
what is it,
47,
12?
50, 56, 70, and the gold mega
Yeah.
ball is 12. Now, no advance,
Wow.
it's all 6 numbers.
Marvelous.
Friday's jackpot could be $266 million.
I'd
Good
like to
luck.
have seen that
Thanks for
one.
playing.
But there she is. All her glory. We'll come over here. Because we don't need that either. Because we got Mega Millions over there. Okay. Save it. Save it to photos. Yep. That's it. That is as big as that gets. Get rid of him. Yeah. 46 seconds ago. Phew, boy. Videos. Latest. Yeah. All right, we got 2 different ways now. there's the lady with the microphone and the Mega Millions. This is textual. You can see the date on the top, Friday. It's not Friday, it's the January 20th draw. It's part of a larger message. $250 million, that's that ain't chump change. No. Let me copy that. Okay. I got it. I've entered it. And there is, no, I have good luck in there. It's an old one. I guess I didn't. I didn't do a print screen of that yet? What are you waiting for? Oh, because I don't know whether it's rolled over or not. So we might as well just wait. It says not available. That means they haven't pushed a button to, or it takes a while. It shouldn't take a while to sift through. You know, I know there are millions of people through the database, but maybe they don't do that until midnight or something, so that it's another day passing. Who the hell knows? I don't know. Let's go back here. I did show you Greenland, because Trump, I believe, is there. And he is talking with European leaders, you know, prime ministers, presidents, whatever the heck. The governments call these European leaders. The French president has got sunglasses on because he has an eye infection, which, you know, dark sunglasses. Tuesday Mega Million, January 20. I will work my butt off and fill out all this information for the New York. And this is all I get. What you see over here on the screen, it tells me what the numbers are, but it does not tell me. I'll just turn this off. We'll reload it at midnight if I'm still floating around here. Speaking of floating around, these guys seem to be enjoying themselves in a puddle of water with the dog. Oh my God. The kid says, oh my God. The dog says, oh my God. And she says, still a good day. Nothing changed. It's just your perspective. You're getting rained on. Deal with it. Oh boy. Whoops. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, let's just clean up this mess. Perspective. Looks good. I think we should hit the adjust, and let's amplify this. Yo, yo, yo. Didn't do much. Didn't do that. We'll enhance the color. And where is shadows? Let's move that around and see if we need anything. No. How about contrast? That affects the colors. Yeah, let's punch it up a little bit. P word. Sorry. Yeah. Highlights. There aren't any. And brilliance. Is there any brilliance? Let's do that. Yeah. Matter of fact, we'll come down here. Let's see if yeah, let's do that. How about that? It makes it look through like it's through an hourglass. The vignette. Get rid of the noise. Yeah. Bingo. That's it. That is it. Looks good. Still a good day. It's just a light drizzle. Come on. You got a hat. Elon Musk is absolutely right. We need mandatory voter ID nationwide. Exactly. They should pass a law. Everybody gets a voter ID. Yep. It's the only way. You gotta use it. You gotta use your number. And it's got a picture on it so you can see who the hell the person is instead of this mail-in bullshit. That is baloney. They can manufacture them and send them in, and they're not even authentic now. I mean, $100 bill. Each vote's worth a... I remember telling my people when I was a cashier in the voting, I told them, I said, every ballot is like a $100 bill. You do not throw it away. You do not tear it in half. If it's spoiled because someone voted in one election twice, write spoiled on it, and it goes in the spoiled folder. Right on the desk of the cashier. And hopefully we don't have any of those, but you know, then you can give the person another one, a provisional ballot. Yeah. Tomorrow, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell will attend the Supreme Court oral arguments Wednesday in the case addressing whether President Donald Trump can fire a Fed governor, according to a person familiar with Powell's plans. Now, is he going to say anything? Supreme Court initially allowed Cook to remain in office in October as is prepared to hear arguments tomorrow. So, Supreme Court said, all right, you can sit there for another month, but we're going to take this up. And all of a sudden, the Fed chair shows up tomorrow. Is he going to speak? Are you going to sit there? Argue against Trump's ability to exercise his right? He has a right. Yeah. They're on his payroll. And she's in charge of the building. That's $2 billion renovation. Can you imagine? They call Powell, his nickname is Too Late. And a major loser. Oh my God. Trump is a tough one. The Federal Reserve declined to comment on Powell attending the arguments, which was first reported by the Associated Press. So he can sit there, and it puts a little implied pressure on the people in there. He doesn't like the way it's going. I guess he could ask to speak. He is a lawyer. He's not a member of any bar, but he is a lawyer. Went to law school, got a law degree, jurisprudence. Yeah. I might say, well, he went to Princeton, I think. Of course, one of these Ivy Leaguers. Yeah. He's a putz. He's not, I don't know, I'm not impressed. He talks a lot about economic issues. He's only taken a couple of undergraduate classes in economics, so he doesn't have like a minor. His major was God knows what, and his minor was nope. I don't know what he got his degree in. I guess whatever degree you get before you go to law school. And he went to law school, and I don't know where. I'll just say he went to law school at Princeton. I don't know. Do not know. We're talking today about the iPhone Fold. And this is what everyone thinks it's going to look like. This is all like prototype stuff. That could be a piece of paper glued onto a piece of cardboard. Did Apple really give this person a sample of what the phone will actually be like? Well, let's see the other. Open it up, show it to us. Because that's the back of that and the back of that. To me that's a piece of cardboard. Yeah. The inner screen unfolds to show, it shows a 7.8 inner screen when it's opened up. No seam, no line where the fold occurs. No, none of the pixels get disturbed. Special hinge so that it doesn't, get crushed into it has a little roll around the internals of, that's the magic of that. They've come up with a hinge design with the titanium, because they say it's titanium and aluminum. So the whole hinge mechanism is probably the titanium part. And I don't know how that interfaces with the aluminum, where it be. I'm told it's titanium and aluminum. There it is on the top line. Apple is reportedly focusing on a combination of aluminum and titanium for iPhone's construction, aiming to strike a balance between durability and a lightweight design. This choice addresses the durability concerns often associated with foldable devices, making sure the iPhone Fold can withstand daily use. Open, close, open, close, open, close. Really not so much open, because unless you need to get in there, you can keep it closed. It's about 9 millimeters thick. It has an outer display. In a sense, this is the way your phone is now. You see a display, and then you flip it over, and you got the back of the phone. You don't have to open the fold. It can remain closed with a 9.25 millimeter thickness, or something like that. Makes it a little tricky for any kind of a case. Because the question is, how could you unfold it if it was in some kind of a case? And if it's not in a case, it's vulnerable in case you drop it. The $2,000 iPhone that all of a sudden has a big ass dent in there, and the hinge won't work depending on where. Yeah, that would be a mess. You definitely want to get the insurance on that, because if you do accidentally drop it, you want to make sure that sucker is dead. The design is expected to reflect Apple's minimalist aesthetic with seamless integration of hardware and software. Yeah. The device will feature two displays, a 7.8-inch inner display screen designed for immersive activities, and multitasking, all that kind of stuff. And the outer display at 5.3 inches for quick interactions, checking your text messages, that kind of thing. Apple's emphasis is on portability and ease of use. Yeah, that's it. Benjamin, here's the fold. That's it. I don't have anything else on it. You have to wait 8 more months. Later this year, we'll have it figured out. Let's load up this thing and see if we got anywhere. All right. So we don't know if they're working on that, or you just gotta wait till mañana. All right, we'll wait. Like we have a choice. Let's go to New York Post and see what the covers look like. So we're gonna choose January 2026. Submit that. There we go. There's Ayatollah. We got him. What's this say? I think I already have this. If you want to be my mother. Yeah, there's something weird that went on at the wedding. Or because it seemed like the bride-to-be or the bride, I don't know, whether they got married and then they started dancing with someone's father. And they were like grinding, and apparently went a little too far because right in here, Brooklyn Beckham, 26 years old, released a public letter yesterday in which he said he had no interest in repairing the rift with his famous parents, former soccer star David and former Spice Girl Victoria. He said they were particularly cruel to his wife, Nicola Peltz, and their wedding. Victoria blindsided Brooklyn with a first inappropriate dance that left him deeply embarrassed. So they did something a little kinky that made him unhappy. And I can't tell who the hell's who. I guess this is the lovely couple, and then this is the person in the side pocket that couldn't keep his hands off his wife's butt. I don't know what happened, but it's not good, apparently. Let's see if I have that. I'm sure I have it. Let's see, the top is here. There it is right there. And I did the expando on that so you could read it, and we can. Yeah, look how nice. Posh Spice hijacked my wedding with humiliating dance. Boy. And that's all everyone was talking about, of course. Here is the $250 million lotto. Did it roll over? We have the numbers, which I can show you. These are the numbers for the January 20th, tonight's drawing that occurred 47 minutes ago. Yep, I can see my digital clock over here. See right there? 47 million, 47 seconds, 11:47, and 20, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Whoops. You can see the seconds peeling away. Yeah. That doesn't. I don't know how you get rid of that. Oh, just have to go. Yeah, you don't see it anyway. But, yeah, you should put your arrow right over that. It takes the symbols off my screen. There you go. So now we can see what time of day it is. There's only like a 100 millisecond delay, probably. Spooky dust. Give me $1 million line there with a 10X next to it. Yeah, we gotta pick something exotic. There's no sense in being shy about it, right? 847, 50, 56, 847, 50, 56, 7, 8, and 12. Yeah, those are the numbers. This right here, this looks terrible. Yeah, let's see if we can. We'll leave it right there. No, it's not too terrible. Amazing. I'm looking at the numbers today, and it's just unbelievable. 250 million cashes out a lump sum of 114,300,000. The red line with the diamond, yeah, right there. You're actually not going to get a check for 114 million. You're going to get a check for 86,800,000 in round numbers. Yeah, you can see the number there. Because the difference between those two is the 24% withholding. Yeah, the IRS retains. In other words, lottery people have to send the IRS, $20 million, $30 million, right? 14 and 28 million. Yeah, 28 million. They take your tax ID, and they credit your account with 28 million of withholding tax, like a paycheck. You got paid 114 million one day, and Uncle Sam took 28 million real quick with the withholding. And then when you file your taxes, your income tax is going to be 37% of this 114 million. So you got to pay another 13%. That brings the grand total down to 72,009,000. If you went ahead with the annuity, your first installment, which you could work out a check with $3,700,000 or a check of $8,600,000. Yeah, which is, quite a bit larger than $3,700,000. But in a year and a day, you're going to get a $4 million check. It keeps growing by 5% every year. It gets up to, over $15 million for your 29th payment. Or your 30th payment, because this is your first payment. Yeah. And then you get, in a year and a day, you get another one, up around $4 million. You can do the calculation. $3,762,000. All right, let's get in here. Get our trusty calculator. $3,762,800. Let's just round it to the nearest 100. Times 1.05, because that'd be the next payment. Yeah, there it is. $3,950,940. That'd be the second payment. Let's go to our numbers. And let's see what the second payment is. It's right here. $3,951,000. What did I say it was? $3,950,900. Yeah, because I rounded down, so it's a little more when you had to get the full 5%. And each payment increases by 5%. You can go right across here. And the third payment, which is year 2, the payment's up to $4,000,001, as you can see here. Whoops. No. Gotta reverse pinch that. There we are. So you can see the column captions and keep it simple. So you can see the first, second, and third payment. And then the fourth, fifth, so And the sixth payment, 5 years, you go 4,000,008, 4,005, 4,003, 4,001, 3,009. You see, it's growing by 5% every year, and it keeps growing and growing, and it's up to 8 million. So now it's at 9 million. That's at 11 million, and it ends up the final payment. The last payment, is that what that says? Annuity for the next pay. That's what, whoops, there it is. 15 million, that's the final payment. So, of course, that would be in year 29, because you got the first payment day one, which is that 3,762,859. That grows to 3,951,000. That'd be the second payment. That's the third payment. That's the fourth payment. That's the fifth payment. Yep. 4,573,000. That's not a bad annuity. If you're a young couple, can you tolerate? Because that's how you get. That's how you get 250 million. You take these 30 payments over a 29-year period of time. If you don't want to do that, then you say, okay, what is the net present value of those future cash flows? The answer to that is 114,000,003. That's what someone would be willing to pay for that annuity growing at 5%. And the payout is 250 million. So somebody with a lot of money will take that present value and, they could discount it. Yep. Have the lottery. This is the jackpot lump sum number as defined by the lottery folks. It's rounded to the nearest 100,000, so we don't get tripped up, into a payment, into a lump sum that's too big. And now that's the check you'd walk out with. That 86 million. Yeah. Because that is the 114 million and also considering the 24% withholding, which the IRS, gets sent. That $30 million when it goes from 114 to all of a sudden 86. And you say, yes, sir. Yeah, that'd be the end of that. Now, you have to reserve another 15 million, round numbers, because you got to pay another 13%, because it's a 37% tax bracket. Yeah. After the federal income tax. Yeah, lump sum payment. I really should adjust this. There we go. After the, let's see. 13%. And then we'll put an equal sign in there. Let's see. 24% plus 13%. Yeah. After the federal income tax, 24%. That's the magic. Payout after the federal income tax of 24%. Federal income tax. We'll just do that. Say withholding. And it allows up the spelling of that word. Withholding. There we go. There you go. Perfect. 24. Yeah. We'll use a plus sign. Yeah. 24% plus 13% equals 30. So yeah, that. And we can make these numbers so bigger. I wish I could see what that looks like. There we go. It probably doesn't have to be that big. Can we just shrink that down a little bit? And let me highlight just that. See if I can get that. Yeah, we'll do that. 27, 26, 25, 24. Let's leave it at 24 points. There we go. Whoops. Can't get too exotic here. All right. So jackpot after the 37% tax. 24 plus 13 equals 37. It does. Column H is after the 24%. And column I is after all federal taxes. If you live in a state that has, what do you call it, a state income tax, these lottery proceeds may be subject to a state tax also. We live in Florida, there is no state income tax. Therefore, we're just showing you what these look like. What is the font here? It's 41 points. What's the font here? Why is it not 41 points? Oops, stop. Siri, stop. Siri was going to answer that question. All right, so we're going to go here. You have to be very careful when you louse around with these things. Now I'm going to touch that, and I'm going to jump this up to 41 points if I can. And we are going to have, there we go. I'm going to have to increase the width of this column. Oops. There we go. So that way we can see all the winning numbers. There we go. Yeah. Let me see all the winning numbers. And they're large enough. There you go. $250 million. Big. It's big numbers. Oh, that's too big. That looks okay. Yeah. I'm gonna have to. That's the jackpot. And these numbers, I don't know, we keep increasing this. They're going to get mad at me in Lotto Central because I keep changing this. Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to go here. We're going to go down. Then we're going to increase this to, I don't know what we did. What did we do here? I forgot. That was 41. What's this one? You can see what I'm doing, right? 47 points, okay. So we're going to make all of this 47 points and adjust the columns accordingly. We have to highlight all this stuff. Go down, right down to there. And we're going to now go up here. Touch that. It's already big. I guess 47. Yeah, just double checking. Wheat check. Corn check. Rice check. Oops, no, we don't want to. We just, we have to. We got different font sizes in this column. All right, we hit the paintbrush, and then we go up here to 47. And we got to increase the column width here. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do the same thing here. 47 points. Paintbrush. Size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Paintbrush again. We're done. Except we have to move this over a bit. There we go. And I guess we have to do this one too, this first one. There's probably an easy way of doing this, but I don't know what it would be. Paintbrush. 36. We're going to 47. Wow. Just this one. Oops. Oh, we have to increase the column, the width of the column. There we go. Caption columns, yeah, right there. All right, we're done. There we go. Oh, we're gonna go full page on this, if you don't mind, just because we're doing print screen. We don't know results yet. It's 12:08. Maybe we know them now. So I'm going to close out Mega Million and restart it. Not available. All right. I believe I had to wait till we got the numbers, but we don't know about whether it rolls over. And there's no indication, because the jackpot would increase if it rolled over to some other number. I don't know what it would be. Yeah. So, while we're here, may as well convert this back to black type. Yeah, we're gonna hit the paintbrush again. Text color is going to be jet black. Done. There we go. Now we go back. lots are so big. Particularly this one is too big. I'm going to have to bring that a little more into reason. Yeah. This column width is about the same. Second payment. First payment, second payment. Screw it. It likes it right there. Okay. All right, that's what we get. We're not going to show the annuity payment. I don't have room for it. Whew. That's it. Mm-hmm. We went up in the font size is pretty big. All right, that works for me. So we'll just go right here. That's all we know. And we're going to not have part of a column. I'll just put it right there. So you can see where the star, the diamond is. That's, we know the numbers. And we don't know if there's a grand prize winner. Then the next drawing would reset to a real small number. You know, it'll reset to 50 million. Yeah, I think the minimum is 50 million when it rolls back to, where you have a winner. We would have to figure out what kind of a diamond, a black diamond maybe would go there. And then you'd start over again. 50 million, and put the, it would just look like this, 17 jackpot. After all federal taxes would be 14,427,000. I mean, that's not a bad day in the woods. $14 million if you were to win something. Yeah. 14 million is not chump change. That's after all taxes. That's in your checkbook. Yeah. I can afford to win that. Excuse me while I have a sip of Diet Coke. It's Wednesday morning. It's past midnight. It's midnight. Our cleaning ladies come at 10:45. Marilyn gets up a little earlier than normal. So I've been yickety-yakking about this for an hour and 16 minutes. And I believe it's time for me to say nighty-night. And then get back to you at, either at 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that. It's possible. And just show you what it rolled over. And otherwise, you all have a great evening. Bye-bye.